So we're starting today's video on the road. My GoPro battery died. The alternator worked fine. It immediately went up to 14 volts and we hit the road heading towards South Dakota.
How's the driving going today, Daniel?
Drove for about 6 hours or so, maybe 5 when I woke up, and then woke you up, told you to drive. I slept for another 2 hours, and we finally found a rest area on this highway for, I don't know, it wasn't a rest area for 330 miles, so just got done cooking some steak and eggs for dinner.
Fancy pants. Looks good. Thanks for cooking.
You're welcome. Enjoy it.
So we are in South Dakota now. Just hanging out here at the rest area. We've still got some driving to go. I think we're about 5-6 hours away from Rapid City, our final destination. I am gonna eat, finishing up yesterday's video and getting a video ready for tiny home tours. And then I'm gonna try and find a boondocking spot, whether it be closer to Rapid City, somewhere in the Black Hills, not exactly sure. We obviously don't want to get there at night. It is, I don't know what time it is here. I think it's 5:45, so we've got about 3 hours of daylight, so we'll get something sorted, maybe a rest area. So with these rest areas, you gotta be careful, because right now, as you see, this rest area is completely open. But once it starts getting later in the day, they start to fill up, and if they're filled up, then it is what it is. You're just kind of screwed. So we gotta get that figured out. But the bus is running fine. The voltage is up to around 14 and no check engine lights. So that was the issue. Things are going well. Knock on wood, of course. Don't want to jinx it. But yeah, just getting after it today, getting to the South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana area.
She said one day that she's gonna get away. She'll stop waiting. Tables for the minimum wage. So she said one way. She's getting out of town. No more.
Just pulled over to fill up on some fuel. Cheapest that we've had so far, $2.79 here in South Dakota. This landscape, man. South Dakota, Wyoming, I love this stuff. Got a beautiful sunset that we're driving into. Bus is looking fantastic out here. Daniel's back there cycling the car. Every 250 miles we have to go in, start the car, redo the sequence. Daniel's been driving a lot. I've actually just been sitting in the back on the bed looking out the window. So I opened up one of the windows earlier to circulate some air. So just laying on the bed, looking out the side, looking at this beautiful landscape out here. So we are probably gonna be staying at a rest stop outside of Rapid City, leave the bus, wake up early, head into the town, grab some food, and then explore the Black Hills, and then probably go up through Montana and just kind of going from there. So we're gonna fill up here. This particular gas station, they don't do prepay. They just hold on to your card. With the bus, a lot of times I'll just do 200, 250, depending on where the gauge is at. Typically, $200 will get it up to nearly all the way full if it's at a quarter tank, and that's typically when I start looking for fuel. So just going through it, I'm starting to get a little bit of a sinus thing going on. So hopefully I don't get sick on this trip. But been drinking some orange juice, drinking a lot of water, so hopefully that goes away. But spending that money right into the fuel tank. So got 133 miles. Says we're getting in at about 11 p.m. What's the speed limit been here? I saw 80 earlier. So we're going 20 miles below the speed limit. So it might be more like 11:15 by the time we get there, but that's totally fine.
Let me tell me what you're missing out on. Is it the countryside? Tell me what you're missing, baby.
Good morning, everybody. We're starting a fresh day here on the road. How'd you sleep last night, Daniel?
Pretty good, actually. Slept really good.
Yeah, I got about 8 hours of sleep in. My cold is getting a little bit better. I never drink orange juice. I never ever drink orange juice, but it does have tons of vitamin C. And the only time my nose is not stuffed up is if I drink that orange juice. I woke up 2 or 3 times. It's 2 times last night where I just woke up, chugged some orange juice, my nose cleared up, went right back to sleep. So it wasn't a solid 8 hours, but I did get 8 hours of sleep. So right now we are going through the bus, cleaning everything up, getting it organized, and then we are heading into or close to Rapid City. I think it's what it was. The Black Hills National Forest is right up there. I found a couple boondocking spots, so once we get cleaned up here, we might take the bus to the boondocking spot, unhook the car, go into town, maybe grab some food, some lunch, explore around town, and then come back, explore around the Black Hills, and then continue on westward later in the evening tonight. We're just kind of going with the flow, seeing what happens. So we're going to finish getting this place cleaned up and then check back with you then. Okay, so we're good to go. Daniel is out there with Kobuk. We got the rig cleaned up, dishes done. New addition that I did get on Prime Day was an Instapot. It's gonna live right back there, underneath there. I'm gonna try and be better about food prep. As a lot of you know, I like to eat healthy, but it will make it a lot easier if I'm actually able to prep all the food one day a week, throw it in the freezer here or the freezer over there, and then just be able to bring it out, eat it throughout the week. That way I'm not spending a lot of time cooking. I can, heat up some veggies or whatever, and it'll be good to go. But we got things cleaned up, clothes put away. We'll see if I find any boondocking spots. We literally have no plans as of right now. We're just gonna find the boondocking spot, make sure that the bus and the car can get there, leave the bus, and go explore in the car. This will be the first time that this has been put into practice. Using the tow car to go explore town. I am a little nervous leaving the bus. I almost consider going to an RV park, parking it there during the day, and then leaving later in the day just to, make sure all my stuff's good. But, sometimes you just gotta roll with it. It's gonna be a beautiful drive, like I said yesterday. I love this landscape. Absolutely love it.
So we're back on the road again. We, I don't know, we've got a lot of miles in already, but the driving's been fairly well. Haven't ran into any mishaps besides having to change out the alternator. Other than that, I don't know. I'd say we've put in probably over 1,500 miles, you'd say.
You can look it up right now.
It's close to that. Yeah, beautiful country to drive through right now. Seen a lot of new things, which is always nice. Well, I'm gonna concentrate on driving. You guys have a good one.
She said one day that she's gonna get away, and she'll stop waiting. Tables for the minimum wage. So she said one way she's getting out of town. No more heartache.
Yeah, there's a car coming up behind us. Just go up to the left and I'll go up to the right and do some scouting.
Okay, 10-4.
Let me tell you. Tell me what you're missing out on. Is it the countryside? Tell me what you're missing, baby. Is it the love that you can't find? Tell me what you're missing out on.
This one?
Yeah.
Is it down city line?
Right there, let me check the right tire.
Just keep going this way then?
Let me just double check it. It looks pretty bad.
Gonna make it all right. Oh, you're damn wrong. You got me singing loud.